Hey, partners! Right, I'm going to start it very quickly. I may not be able to save because I'm getting a save game problem. But we're going to get out of this as fast as we can because otherwise it gets copyright strike for doing the music, which is ridiculous to me. So I just want to give you my thoughts on how I started this game and how I felt at that time. So I'll try and remember as much as I can and put that into words. So you get a feel of how I started when I first played about 12 years ago on the 11th of the 11th and the 11th. I'm trying to recapture that moment if I can. I don't think I'll be exact. I remember seeing those words and going, oh yeah, the Elder Scrolls 5, I played the Elder Scrolls 4, Skyrim. This was the land it was going to take place in, one of the areas of Tamriel. And being on this cart and hoping the bee doesn't knock us off, although I didn't know about that at the time. And just looking around thinking,
hey,
man, this looks good on the 360.
Awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us, and that thief over there.
Damn you, Stormcloaks.
So yeah, if I hadn't seen that, I'd probably never turned right.
Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you,
so I was basically
that horse had been halfway to
listening
Hammerfell.
What was being said.
You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all
finding out
sisters in
why we were here.
Shut up!
I'm being very excited.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking.
And I didn't know who said that.
The true High King.
So when we first heard about
you're the leader of the rebellion.
Ulfric
But if they captured
being
you,
the leader of the rebellion.
God, where are they taking us?
So I was a little bit worried about what was going to happen to us. And I didn't know what Sovngarde was, but I presumed it wasn't going to be something good. I possibly thought that was where we may end up if we died.
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts.
So hopefully you can hear me okay. So I don't know if people would be interested, but it's just I just want to put it out there. I'm not doing it live and I'm not doing it with a camera. Just so that I can just go through and just express my feelings on it. I remember looking over there,
Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Wondering about the elf over there and this general person. Now
look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him.
It was up there somewhere.
I bet they had something to do with this.
So I was a fan of the Imperials because I played.
I used to be sweet on a girl from here.
And I played as an
Wonder
Imperial.
if Velod is still making that mead with juniper berries.
And Velod, I thought, was actually a lady.
Funny. When I was a boy, Imperial walls and towers used to
vividly thinking, oh, that's a nice name for a lady. And then we kind of came to a stop. So I thought,
why do you think?
I wonder what's going to happen now. I was rather worried, seeing as we were all seemingly tied up.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Thinking I was going to have to get off.
You've got to tell them we weren't
with
you.
It by itself.
This is a mistake.
So I had a feeling something nasty was going to happen. Was not sure what.
Empire loves their damn lists.
So yeah, I just got a quick look around.
It has
but I was
been
basically
an honor,
listening
Jarl
to what was being said and just
of
taking it all in, really. So Ralof, that was him. So that was the guy that was talking to me. So I was kind of remembering Ralof, and then thinking, wonder what's going to happen to this guy. Oh, he gets killed. So there's no good running.
You there? Step forward.
I'm in a lot of trouble here. So I was beginning to wonder what was going on.
Are you?
Now I'll do this very fast because, but I was an Imperial. Okay, so I'll do this as fast as I possibly can. We played a male, so this part we'll just rush through. I may have chosen that one, so I'll rush through this as fast as I can. So we're basically, white. We were, I don't know, slim build, because we're kind of basing this off of Gandalf. So the idea was to name this character as partly me, partly partly Gandalf, really. I was a big Lord of the Rings fan. So complexion-wise, I think I probably just had it like that. But because Gandalf was a little bit elderly, I think I may have gone for that. I'm not sure. Although that looks a lot darker than I can remember. So I may have done that one. I'm not sure. I'm just going to do this very quickly. It won't be anything like what I did. But but Gandalf had a big nose, so I was trying to pick a nice big nose. So probably something like that. I didn't really worry about what it looked like or anything like that. We're not really worried about all that. Eye shape, we won't worry about that either. I'm not sure what Gandalf's eyes are. Are they grey? I think they're grey, aren't they? That's a sheer guess. So I'll say that. I'm not really sure. Don't worry about all this or any of that. We're not going to have eyeshadow, of course. Is eyeshadow on? Yeah, we wouldn't have eyeshadow or anything like that. So I took a long time doing this first character. Probably, I don't know, 40 minutes. Trying to get this to look like Gandalf as much as I can. He's got big bushy eyebrows. So, I did try to pick out a nice bushy style. Which it didn't really have, to be honest. Wow, there's not really a remarkable. I mean, that's probably the closest, but that looks a little bit over the top. So I probably just did that. Didn't bother with that. So let's get through this as fast as I can, because it's more about my feelings on there and how I play. So hair wise, we were picking long hair, obviously, as long as possible. So it would have been that. The hair would have been the longest beard possible. So it was possibly that. I'm not really sure. One of these two, probably that one. And the hair color was grey. So let's do the Gandalf the Grey. Is it white down there? So white. So basically, I mean, that's not how I did it, but that's roughly how I did it. Okay, and then we named, and I was thinking, well, shall I have my name in it? And the first thing that came to me was, Gandalf the Grey, because I could play as like a spell sword. Because I was thinking of the demo that Todd Howard did, where he showed the sword shield, and then he showed some magic, and I thought that's a good combination. So I thought Gandalf. So I was going to write in Gandalf like this, and then I thought, well, hang on, can I get my name in there somehow? So I thought, well, why don't I stick my name in there like that, and then do Dolph? So it'd be kind of close to Gandalf. So we were playing this like a half Gandalf, but half me. So that was how I was thinking at the time. Was I want to do the sword, because I generally tend to favour swords. So I ended up with Graydalf the Grey being like a spell sword. So half of us was Gandalf, the other half was me with a kind of sword, and maybe the bow or something like that. So that was my initial start, and then we came into the game.
A long way from the Imperial City.
Now, let me pause it there, because actually when we went into that character creation part and we swung round to our right there, it's actually swung round 180 degrees. I did not realise that was actually just the camera swinging around and looking at myself in that position. I thought it actually was a picture behind me, and my actual character was superimposed in front of this picture. So I actually thought that was a picture behind me and not the camera swinging around and seeing me just looking at my face. So I didn't actually know that. It was quite odd. Looking back, it's like, my God, of course it was the camera rotating around. But at the time, I thought it was a picture. So that was how I felt at the time. So I'll do a save just to be cautious. But I've got a feeling I can't do any more saves because there's already too many saves on here. So we'll see if it does it. Right,
what are you doing in Skyrim?
And then I was thinking Gandalf.
It's not on the list.
And Ray.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your
I thought,
orders, Captain.
wow, that was really
I'm
mean.
sorry.
We'll
make sure your remains are returned to Cyrodiil.
But now and again, I would kind of do the Gandalf bit. Ray bit, I was just talking normally. I wasn't being like an idiot. And I thought, my God, Are they actually gonna like chop our heads off here?
Ulfric Stormcloak.
I was.
Some here in Helgen call
I
you a
looked at
hero,
that and thought,
but a hero doesn't use a power
you gotta be.
voice to murder his king.
They're
and
actually gonna
usurp
die
his
at the
throne.
beginning again. That seems a bit odd, so I was a little bit
You
worried
started this war.
what was going on. But I thought, well,
Skyrim
someone
into
must
chaos.
stop this.
And now the Empire is going to
And then
put
I was
you
listening
down
to this and
and
thinking, yeah, this
restore the
guy's a
peace.
horrible guy because I was an Imperial. So, you know, deserve to die. But why am I dying?
Carry on.
Well, how did I
Yes,
get caught
General
up in
Tullius.
this? You know,
Give them their last rites.
so
As
I
we
was getting a little bit
commend your
worried by
souls to
now.
Aetherius,
And then looking around
blessings of the
thinking,
eight divines
how the
upon
hell do we get out of this?
Shut up. Let's get this over with.
And then seeing this guy come
As
up
you
and
wish.
thinking, well, it looks like he's going to get his head
Come
chopped
on.
off.
I haven't got all morning.
And then I remember thinking, oh look, she's sliding back there. That's a bit odd.
My ancestors
I thought that was a little bit
were smiling at
funny.
the Imperials. Can you say the same?
And I still don't know to this day who says that. I'm presuming it's the guy that chops the head off. But I always thought it was the guy on the right there, the Imperial guy in the Imperial light armour, looking down at him. So I thought it was him saying it.
As
And I didn't know
fears
who
of
said
death
that. And that,
as he
for
was in
years
life.
I wanted to know who that person said. Who it was. So I was going to get word, and then I heard this sound,
There it is.
thinking,
Did you hear that?
well, I know there's dragons in it because I've seen the trailers.
Prisoner.
To the block,
So I thought,
prisoner.
oh, there's a
Rise
dragon
and
about then. And I thought, oh dear, they're actually taking me to the block. Are you? I cannot be having my head chopped off, surely. And then thinking, this is the odd angle because I would be actually
What in
lying
oblivion
further
is
back
that?
to my right there.
What do you see?
And then I saw the dragon and I thought, oh, it looks like the dragon may be helping us. So I didn't know who this was or whatever. And then thinking, my god, this is a lot going down. So I thought, right, okay, you seem to have got knocked down. I didn't really realise it was that shout, but I had a feeling it might be something to do with that. And then thinking, my god, the game's blurry.
This way.
So, you know, immediately I followed the guy with the arrow because, you know, I was too busy trying to get away from all this.
What is that thing?
And then
Could the legends be true?
I was trying to activate or go into the menu to do some weapons and thinking, my god, I can't move my hands.
need to
Obviously,
move now.
I am tied.
Up through the tower. Let's go.
And then thinking, well, I better go up through the tower then.
Let's go.
So, you know, immediately I'm going up the tower, not really knowing what's going to happen. And then, like, Christ almighty, what the hell is that? Thinking, my god, what was a great start of the game this is. And then this guy
In on the other side. Jump
goes
through
on the other
roof and keep going.
to jump through. So I'm
we'll
thinking,
follow
right,
when we
what's the
can.
button? Now this I did all this on an Xbox 360, so it was all different. So I was thinking, okay, do I like jump? Do I run and jump? I wasn't quite sure, so I just thought, well, I'll try running, and then the running seemed to do it. And then I thought, oh dear, that hurt me just going that distance. So I've got to watch out for fall damage then. And then I remember going around trying to open, you know, examine things, thinking, well, probably because my hands are tied. So then I realised, well, probably my hands are tied. I'll just turn the sound down just a little bit because this is more about how I was reacting to this as opposed to, you know, the story. So it's a bit like when you see a film and they do the documentary thing. It's kind of going to be like that. So that's why I didn't want the camera. So, you know, chat coming in would have stopped my thoughts of what, you know. So I was trying to do this without chats or a camera, so I could just concentrate on how I was feeling at that time, as to the best of my memory. But you know, it was quite a powerful event that happened to me in my life because I loved Oblivion. And then I thought, oh yeah,
Still
that's
alive, prisoner?
keep away from
Keep
that
close to me
guy.
if you want to stay that way.
So I thought, hello,
Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to
it's
find
now
General
a different
Tullius and join the
guy
defense.
with an arrow.
God's guide.
I wonder why we got a different guy. I was like, oh, alright. So I thought, oh, I'll come
Stay
over
close
here.
to the wall.
I thought, right, okay, I better get close to the wall then, as soon as he said so. And then thinking, Oh right, okay, it lands right here then. And then I was still trying to pick up gear, and then of course it actually said my hands were tied, so that confirmed what I was thinking. And then falling over. I think I did fall over that first time. Hang on, did I just go the wrong way? Oh goodness, what happened there? I went backwards somehow. Hang on, I seem to have gone wrong there. Hang on. Right, okay, right, we're back on track. So, you know, and then now I didn't really look around at all. You know, I barely looked around. I was too busy following this guy, thinking, well, he's an Imperial, you know, I'm an Imperial. You know, he's probably the guy I should go with. Because I'd come off of playing Oblivion, where I was an Imperial. So I thought I'd go with the same character. And then I'm seeing these two arguing.
Fine. I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovereign Guard.
Thinking, well, we were on a truck with these, but you know, I was an Imperial in Oblivion, Imperial in this, so I suppose I'd follow this guy. So I went to go in, and I thought, oh dear, I didn't even have to press the button to go in the door.
Looks like we're the
Now it's got the mods on, so
Was
of
that
course
really a dragon? Bring us
it's
at
a
the
little
end
bit
times.
different to what I thought. So
We should keep moving. Come here.
by now
Let me
I
see
was
if I
trying
can
to get
those
into
bindings
third
off.
person, so I was pressing the button to try and get into third person, but I was
Let's
thinking,
cut you loose.
you know, cut it then. I was thinking, cut it then, and then I'm thinking, oh well, maybe I've got to get a bit
Let's
closer
cut you
because,
loose.
you know,
There you go.
you know,
Take a look
I
around.
thought he was going to come
There should
to
be
me,
plenty
but
of gear
he
to
didn't.
choose from. I'm going to
So,
see if I can find something for these burns.
So I'm basically following exactly what they're saying,
Got to be a sword
and
or
I'm
two in one of
thinking
these
of
chests.
the
Look
Todd
around.
Howard demo, and immediately, you know, I'm putting this on, having the sword, so I'm taking all that stuff and equipping it. And I do believe I did
keep
equip
moving.
it, and then I imagine I then remember taking everything that was available. So I went round every single thing here, picked every sword, every bottle. I took everything apart from the broom, I think. So I was looking around. You know, this is a new game. I wanted to experience every bit of it. So I was searching every chest, grabbing everything. You know, even if it said empty. And I remember putting a helmet on and taking that, and just generally looking around. You know, still looking around, taking a long time doing all this, thinking, you know. And then I was thinking, oh yeah, can you still pick up stuff like you could in the other one? I was going, oh yeah, you know, and I didn't quite know how you had to pick up stuff, but I thought pressing and holding seemed to do it. No, I'm not sure if I actually picked up that gold. So then this guy goes through here, so I thought, right, okay, I better catch up with him now. I'm a little bit behind. And so then I go in and then I just make sure that I selected everything. So I saw the sword there, and I think although that was, you know, did more damage, I wanted to kind of stay with the thing that I was going to start at, which was a spell sword. So I was thinking that, and I think I did drop these, but later. I didn't drop them straight away. And then I thought, well, I'll put that on anyway, you know, whether, you know, I need it or not. So I remember doing that, and then going into third person and thinking, I wonder if I can adjust my camera. So immediately I adjusted my camera. Thought, well, we're looking pretty much like Gandalf. And then going into the magic and having a look to see what was in there. And we had flame, so immediately it said about favourite, so I favourited it, I do believe, and then I picked it because I wanted to be half Gandalf. And then I thought, so I think I did this, and I'm not sure if I did that, but I possibly did that as well.
Hold on
So,
now. We only want
and then I went back to first person because I never played as anything else but that. So then I start using this, seeing how effective it is, and thinking, my god, yeah, that's pretty effective. But then I went in with the other one, hoping that I could kill them, and it didn't, you know, it didn't cut the heads off. We got mods
Let me
on,
see if
so,
I can get that door open.
and then I found out, you know, you could block, but wondered why I couldn't block, and it was because I had something in my hand. So I thought, right, okay, that's block, is it? Right, okay. So then I thought, oh, there's a bigger sword there. So immediately I thought, okay, we're going for the bigger sword. And then I think I even picked up this, but I may have dropped those, but I think I always checked to see how they compared. So that's 7. So if it didn't get higher, then then I would leave it. All right, but then I think I did go back, and I can't remember if I did this hotkey thing straight away, but I did it fair. So I think I went back to the sword because I wanted to do partly Gandalf. So then I was like looking around, and then just taking everything, thinking, well, 30, if I get about 30 for that, I'd be all right. And just again going around every single bit, picking up every item I could, and I thought, shield, yes, we'll have that because that might come in handy.
Let's keep moving.
And then, this guy kept going on about moving. I don't think I was sneaking when I first started. Now, I don't think I went out there.
Let's keep moving.
Because when it said Skyrim, I think so immediately I am looking at everything and I'm taking everything apart from the bucket. And I even took the cabbage. That's why I generally take the cabbage. I didn't take the that. So and then I'll follow the guy. So we're gonna go. And then I got a feeling I did do. If I did the favourites, I think I did both hands because I want to try out this, Gandalf part of me.
Look out!
So I wanted to try out the flames double-handed to see how that turned out.
What are you doing? We need to get out of Helgen.
Then I realised I can only go through the door.
These Imperials have potions.
So I don't think I was sneaking, really. So I just went in and thought, right, okay, just kill the Stormcloaks, and thinking, this is fairly effective, although the magic ran out really fast. So I did pick up this. So I picked up stuff which I thought would be good. I think I picked up the wine. So I looked in every cupboard, everything. I didn't think I picked up the charcoal, but anything that I thought was useful I was picking up, including that bread. The wine I thought was worth a little bit, so I might be able to make some money on it. And then I remember, so I was clicking on everything, including this. And I must admit, although I'll tell you about me in a minute. So once I've gone around and searched everything, because this is what I did. I'm so used to it on Oblivion, I searched everything. So then I took all that, and then I was going around looking at going up here and then going through every single bag. Now I don't think I picked up that, but I went through every single bag thinking this might be handy, if I run out of potions or something like that, and I went through every one of them and didn't pick up the flower though. So then I went up here thinking, oh, it's got to be something hiding up here, and then realising I could pick up the things and didn't put it over anybody's head. I didn't even think about that, but I was picking up all this, and then I was thinking, right, there's nothing else to pick up, carry on.
Done then? This way.
And generally follow it. Now I may have sneaked.
Torture room.
I can't quite
God,
remember. So I may have gone in and tried to sneak.
Come on.
But thinking, well, I've got to go in and have a go. So I'm pretty sure I went back and tried the sword again. I think I was. So I came in here, took the guy, and I almost hit this guy.
Happened along just in time.
Because he stood right in front of me like that, and so I took this.
These boys seemed a bit upset at how I'd been.
I also took that. I took that again. I may have actually taken all this stuff. I may have just pressed that for all of it.
Don't you even
And then
know
again, we went all around the place. I picked up that as well.
A dragon is attacking Helgen.
A dragon. Please, don't make up nonsense.
And then I was, yeah, listening
Although come
to the
think
talk.
of it, I did
So obviously
hear
all this is going around in my thoughts.
Come with
So-
us. We need to get out of here.
But I was
You have no
trying to
authority
listen to
over
the
me.
conversation. But
Didn't
in
you
my
hear
head
me?
I was
I said to
thinking,
keep this under
better
attack.
pick up that because that looks
Forget
really
the old
good.
man. I'll
That
go with
looks
you.
okay.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in
And then I
this
looked
cage.
over here,
Don't bother with that.
picked up this book and, you know, flicked through it and thought, better pick up that then. And then I picked up that and the dagger. I didn't realise there was more
See if you can get it open with
things
some
to
picks.
pick up.
We'll need everything we
I
can.
think I only picked up like one or two.
Take all my things. Please.
So then I come round here and
Grab what
noticed
you
the
can and let's
arrow
go.
there. But again, I'm looting everything. And then I get the book, and I also take the book and just read a little bit of it, and also took that. I left the dagger because it was only 10, and then I remember trying every single one of these and trying this system and trying a different way, and then thinking, oh yeah, this is easy. And then going in and finding there was nothing in it. And so I did them, I think I did them in that order, 1, 2 and 3, and then I unlocked this one, and you know, I thought, right, okay, it didn't work there, I thought, oh yeah, try that. Oh, this is easy, just lock picking. And then I'm then picking all this up and just spamming on it like that, and picking all that, and I think I did look at it first actually, and then I also did this one as well. I thought, man, this lock picking thing's easy, isn't it? Much easier than it was Oblivion, which was very difficult in Oblivion because you had these 5 plungers that came down. You had to get the timing absolutely right, otherwise it would fail, and you have to redo it. So it was really difficult in Oblivion, and it's only when you got like master lock picking and all this kind of stuff that it really improved on it. So it just got easier, and then we carried on again. Now when it came to a point where I could use the flames, and again I did every single one of these, so I was thinking lock picking's going up the whole time, so I looked in every one. So I tried this fast, but I thought, I don't know if you're like this, but generally, you know, what I was thinking at the time. And again, I was picking up everything, getting the money, and then so any time anything like that came up, an opportunity to unlock something or whatever, I took it every time. Got this, obviously, did that, picked it up, and then realised later that, you know, didn't need to pick that up because I was in a frame of picking everything up. And then and then just going through everything again, picking it all up, seeing if there was anything I could loot. You know, I wanted to make sure that everything, you know, I was exploring.
This way.
You know, talking to this guy. You know,
Worry about yourself. What?
talking to this, to
A
the
dragon,
bar as well.
First in 1,000 years.
Oh right, okay then.
Better down here than
And
there.
you know, in my head I was thinking Gandalf, because I'm thinking, oh right, you know, so I don't know whether I was talking it. I may have been actually talking it and going, yes, okay then, yeah, let's go through here then. So I was kind of, I think I did sometimes kind of put on the voice a bit, you know, and then all this was going on. So I think I can't remember if I did the flames thing, but I know I was, you know, a bit of a swordy man, so I kind of going in with a bit of a sword and then thinking, well, if I get a bit low on my stamina, I'll do that. And again, picking up all the weapons. That was my main focus, picking up the weapons and anything that was worth a little bit of money. And then I had to go at this guy. So if any of it ran out, like Manisk or whatever, then I would do the sword. And you know, and this is when, roughly about the time I realised I was carrying too much. So then I thought, okay, we'll try and throw away some stuff. And I thought, well, anything that's like, you know, in the 50 region, you know, that's good enough to me. I thought, well, I'll keep that because I might have a bow. I thought, I'll keep a dagger, might come in handy. But I kept that. So then I thought, well, probably get rid of that and maybe an axe, but my general thought was to keep as much as I possibly can, and only drop things, you know. So I was thinking, yeah, I'll probably drop that one and that one. And you know, I think I did look at these things when I first saw them, see that got. So I can't remember if I actually wore this, but I got a feeling I didn't. I actually played with armour on, and then I realised this was worth zilch. So then I finally threw this away, plus I threw one of those away. But generally I was trying to keep as much as I can. And then I noticed some guy was shooting me, so I came over here, and I do believe I did not like this fire. I just came over, started firing like that until I ran out, and then I, you know, went with the sword. And then I did actually swap, so that when I swapped to this kind of thing. Sorry, I'm not coming out very well, is it? Did I favourite that? No, I didn't favourite. So that when I ran out, at least I had a shield to protect me, and I was trying to like block the blows, and then just went in hard, and thinking, oh right, okay, I better take like a. You know, so I was thinking, oh right, I've got to take a potion now. But again, we took anything that I thought was of some sort of value. So again, I'm still picking up stuff, and I thought, yeah, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
All right, let's see if we can find a way out.
So I'm following this guy the whole time, and I am not, you know.
Let's see where this goes.
If he stops, I may talk to him. But I'm generally letting him do everything, and then I think go back to healing again, because I'm trying to do half and half. Sorry, not healing, flames. And I'm following this guy, thinking, well, this is the guy we got to stick with here. We're an Imperial, he's an Imperial, and then wondering what happened here.
I guess we're lucky that didn't come down on top of us.
So then I went back, thought,
We'd better push on. I'm sure the others.
Hang on a minute, we actually blocked in here. And then realising my mistake, that I'd gone down there, and thinking, oh no, now what do I do? So I got kind of stuck there, and ended up down here. And then I went up, thinking, oh right, which way do I go? And then I remember seeing the demo, and you know, the water was flowing down. But immediately I went behind it to see if there was something hidden behind it, because I was used to that. And again, I'm jumping around everywhere trying to see if I can climb onto something so that I could see if there was anything hidden. So I was trying to get up here and having a jump to see if there's anything up there as well. I didn't go up to here, I don't believe, because I didn't know there was loot up there at the time.
That doesn't go anywhere. I guess we'd better try this
but
way.
I did look along here to see if there's anything to pick up. And I think I did do this to see if I could get through as well. So, and then I think I noticed that there was a coin purse there.
There's a way out through here.
Okay then, off you go, Hadvar. So I may have been doing a bit of Gandalf, going, okay, yeah. So I think when I came here, I think I did actually change to flames twice, so I do believe I did that. You know, tried burning these guys, and they seem to burn very quickly. So, but immediately I ran out of that, so I immediately went back to the sword. You know, the sword.
What next? Giant snakes.
But apparently all of them dead, and I did click on every single one because I thought, you know, frostbite venom, great thing to have. So I picked up every one of these, and I used them constantly throughout my start on my game, because it seemed to go down rather quick. And then I searched every tiny little detail of this, clicking on absolutely everything I could find, looking at every tiny little corner. I'll spare you the looking in every tiny little corner, but I was looking literally at everything. I was getting up here, and I tried to jump up here, which I succeeded, and looked up here, and then I had a look and noticed that, my God, there's fresh air up there, so maybe there's a hole that leads down to here. that we could actually fall in. So I was thinking that at the time, I think. But again, I'm picking up everything, pointing it really at anything that I think might be interactable. So I'm doing that the whole time, and generally also, I do believe, filling out the map. Because, you know, and then coming around here and going, oh, there's a mace, picking that up. Because I was picking it up until the thing came up which said you can't pick up anymore. So I was basically doing that the whole time. That was, and then immediately thinking, hang on, which way did he go? I wasn't quite sure because it was pointing over there, so I presumed it was here, and maybe it went round to the right. So again, I followed this bloke, but first thing I did was go behind here to see if there was anything behind here. Went along here, had a look along here, and then crossed the bridge. Immediately I went over here because I saw there was something over there. So I picked up all this, had a good look around here, made sure there was nothing along here. And then when it came to here,
Hold up.
and
There's
he
a
said
bear
about
just ahead.
the bear.
See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. You might be able to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow.
So then
and watch where you stand.
Yeah. So
Or
when I
if
said
you're
that, I
feeling
did the
lucky,
sneaking.
You can take this bow. Might take her by
So,
surprise. Go
And
ahead.
notice
follow your
immediately
lead and watch
I
your
was
back.
slowed down, so I was overweight again. So I was constantly doing this with everything. So then I was thinking, right, let's find the thing of lowest value. Like say that, because it wasn't really what I wanted to use. But generally the lowest possible thing. So I think I did drop that. But then we favorited that, I do believe, and we put on the longbow. So this is when I put the longbow on and went into sneak mode for the first time. I don't think I can't remember if I noticed what was in here, but I think I tried to get it out and then it fell off, I think. But I think I just carried on and went for this bear and tried to sneak it and kind of get to about here, and then I thought, right, let's fire this out and see what happens. Although I do believe I did put a potion on straight away. That was my first thought. So I did that.
Snaking type, huh?
And then we fired at it and hopefully he was going to die, and luckily he did. So the ray happened when he was doing the bow and the sword, sometimes the shield. And then again, I was looking at every nook and cranny. So I try not to. I won't look at every nook and cranny because obviously that'd be boring. But I remember jumping up here, going along there, you know, examining everything because I did not want to miss anything. And going down the river, you know, I was going everywhere. And then I realised, you know, you could kind of, you know, jumping was a little bit awkward. You know, you sometimes, you know. Jump a few times to get it to do it, but we killed the old bear with the bow and arrow, and then we switched back to our flames. Yeah, and then I can't remember if I actually knew about this shortcut keys, so I got a feeling I didn't. So I just would keep going back into this every time to do this. So basically I would use the magic until it ran out.
This looks like
and
the
then I
way
would
out.
use the
I
sword.
was starting to wonder if we'd ever make it.
But occasionally I would do all sword, or bow, or whatever, and occasionally I would switch to Gandalf. And sometimes, you know, I wear the robes. So once we come out, I put all this away. That did not come up because we didn't have survival mode then.
Wait.
And I don't think I noticed the dragon. I saw this arrow here. And
Looks like he's gone
so
for good
I
this
didn't
time.
really notice it
But
until
I
he
don't
said.
think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest
And then
town
I was
from-
trying to have a
closest town
conversation with the
from here is
guy.
Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's
Alright, so-
probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Okay.
Listen,
So
you should
then
go
I
to Solitude and join up
would
with the
go through
Imperial
all the
Legion.
conversations. So every
Could
time
really
I talked
use
to
someone
anybody,
like you. And if the rebels have themselves a
I
dragon,
went through
General
every one
Tullius
of
is
these
the-
options.
So did I. If the damn Stormcloak somehow found one, or woke it up, the war might be about to take an ugly turn.
And I was thinking,
hard to believe it was just a coincidence.
yeah,
The
I
first
probably
dragon
should join
anyone's
the
seen for
Imperials
centuries
because I'm an
attached just as
Imperial.
Ulfric was about to be
He helped me
executed.
out. So yeah, so
You didn't know? That was Ulfric's Stormcloak and his top lieutenants.
so and so I asked that question. I
Right.
do believe.
The leader of the Stormcloaks. They claim to be fighting for Skyrim's freedom, but the war is really all about Ulfric wanting to be High King of
So
Skyrim.
I believe this guy. So I said, who are they?
You haven't heard of the civil war in Skyrim? I guess down in Cyrodiil, people have other things to worry
Yeah,
about.
Cyrodiil.
It's pretty simple.
That's what I played in the
Ulfric
first
founded
game.
the Stormcloaks years ago as a sort of private army to advance his ambitions.
So
He's always used the ban on the worship of Talos to stir people up against the Empire. He never succeeded in getting much support. So a few months ago, he murdered the High King.
So I was thinking
That
straight
got the
away, this
Empire's
guy
attention.
is not a very nice guy. So I was asking every single one of these. So I won't go through every single one because I want to try and keep this not too long. Okay, but I did go through every one of these options.
We'd better keep moving.
And
I feel like
because,
that dragon might
you
be
know,
up there watching us right now.
Todd Howard, when he did his demo, you know, he didn't have Hadvar leading him down. So I was going down, following this guy the whole time, thinking he knows where to go. And I knew that I had to end up at Riverwood. And as I came down here, and I reached this kind of point, I was thinking Todd Howard, what he did in his demo, thinking, oh yeah, look at the grass. You know, every little detail we put into the game, you know, this is the creation engine. It's our new renderer called the creation engine. So I was doing kind of reproducing what Todd Howard did, where he said, and if you see that mountain over there, you know, you will know from our previous games that, you know, you can climb that mountain. So I was kind of thinking in that way. I do believe I went into third person here because he went into third person on his demo. So I was trying to copy Todd the whole way here. And then I noticed there was different coloured flowers, so I took a couple of these. I never ate them at all. So not once did I eat the flowers, because I didn't know about that. And I didn't do that for quite some time, and I tried to catch a butterfly. But I didn't pick every flower, I just picked a few, thinking, oh yeah, right, okay, we can pick a flower then. So, you know, if there was a different flower, I'd pick it. So I wonder why this guy kept stopping. So I've just followed this guy the whole way. But yeah, I didn't really bother. I just picked up a few, and if I saw one different like this, then I would pick it up. And then I may have tried talking to him again to see if there was any new kind of lines, you know. So I'd ask him one of these things.
Of course.
Blah blah blah.
The Legion could really use someone like you.
So and he was saying about this, so I was thinking straight away, well,
I feel like that dragon might
why
be
don't I join the Legion? That seemed to be a good idea, seeing as I was an Imperial. Now, I didn't choose Imperial in the end, just want to say that. I didn't actually pick that in the end, and then I do remember looking at this and trying to read it, because it was very hard to read then. It was practically like this. It didn't really show up that well, and only some of them, you know, like one or two of them actually you could read, which I think were these two. These I had a job to read them. So I was thinking, oh yeah, right, okay, we're heading to Riverwood, so at least we're heading the right way. And then I noticed, I don't think there was a squirrel running up there with a fox chasing it. So I thought, oh, it's not quite the same. Now it is going to be different because I've got these, you know, Nordic kind of stuff on it. So it didn't have that, but I followed the path all the way. And I was looking around thinking, my God, this game looks good, you know. And it looked far worse than this. But, because, you know, the rocks were those horrible shade that Bethesda had, which is black with a bit of grey, you know. Or grey with bits of black in it. So this is with the mods on, so obviously it's looking a lot better than it did then. And just kind of generally coming along here, following this path, not deviating from it at all. And then I came to here. Now this is slightly different because they're normally here. So, you know, I was coming up here, but because this is Rins, which is RYN apostrophe S, Rins ancient stones. So these are just moved slightly over here. Okay, but So this, none of this would have been here. This is just a bit decided. So I'm looking at all three, seeing what they did, and you know, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that I picked this. There was no moss there, so I won't pick that. So immediately I'm thinking warrior, but I will switch to mage now and to the mage now and again, because I wanted to do a mage. And then I carried on following this guy. I picked another one of these because I only had one of them, and I was thinking, God man, this looks nice. And I saw the Gamescom demo before the official demo, which was in 720p, so it was a lot better resolution. And I saw on Gamescom, managed to download it quickly before it got deleted on YouTube, and saved it. And people were telling him to, oh, jump in a river, Todd, jump in a river. So I was kind of like thinking like that, and I may have picked up enough for that. I was only occasionally going into this, but mostly it was all first person because I was so used to first person. And yeah, as soon as I got down here, I didn't go up there because I was a little bit worried I had to keep up with this guy. We kind of run on, so I was a little bit worried about that. And then I came down here. As soon as I came here, I immediately went into the river because that's what Todd did. Because they said, Todd, go in the river, jump in the river, jump in the river. So I was thinking, yeah, I got to do what Todd did. So I'm going in here, and then I thought, oh god, I could catch a salmon. So I was having a little look around here, and I did notice they were jumping up the road, and I thought, jumping up the stream there, and I thought, man, how cool is that? I've never seen that in a game. So I was quite overwhelmed by the detail of things like, they've got fish jumping up the stream. So I thought, my god, these guys are fantastic, I was in love with Bethesda because of Fallout, for Fallout 3 first and then Oblivion, and so I admired Todd Howard and everything. So I was all behind all this and thought it was wonderful. And obviously it's looking better on here because this is not 360 footage with no mods. Obviously that's different, and it obviously wasn't a special edition either. But I was literally picking up everything. So if I saw anything that was new that I hadn't got, like anything growing on here, I was picking all this up. I did get 3 wolves attack, but don't look as though I'm going to get that today. So I was going in, and that was the first time I saw the kill cam, and I was like, oh man, they got kill cams in it. I was like, I'd never seen a kill cam, so I didn't get it this time, but sometimes you get that. And then I was coming around here, and again I was looking all around here, because everywhere I went I had to look around and see what was going on. I think I'd stopped picking thistles by then. I did look at this sign as well, and again you could only really read those two. These were a bit hard to read, so I was thinking, right, okay, we are going the right way. And then we came in here, and
a dragon.
She says this famous line.
What?
So obviously I'm listening to this
What's it
because
now, Mother?
that's
It
what
was
happened
as
in the
big as
demo.
mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more.
Now in my quest thing, now I don't know if I saved then, but in my quest thing I noticed that I had to go and talk to Alvor, so that was my main concern. That really was not my concern at the time. It was in the back of my head to join them.
It'll kill us all.
So then we
Nobody
start,
believes
I'm
me, but I
talking to
tell
each
you, I
person
saw-
and seeing if they will say a few things, but she obviously buzzed off. And then I talked to this
New
lady.
to Riverwood?
So
If you're looking for work, go see Hod at the mill.
can you tell me about
It's my
Riverwood?
mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
So I was literally going through everybody's conversation. So I won't do it now because I want
Until
to
next
try and keep
time.
this not too long. But I was literally talking to every person and getting every single sentence out of them until it looked like it's repeated. Now Alvor, I do believe, was here but you know, the guy came along, talked to him, so we had to go around. I do believe I may have picked up some more cabbage. And then I headed in to the house, because that's where the arrow pointed.
Sigrid, we have company.
And I was starting to listen to this. I wasn't noticing things like plates rattling or anything like that. I was just interested in what was going on.
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry.
Thinking, my God, there's a lot in this game. They say a lot, they interact with each other, they sit down, and all kinds of stuff.
What are you doing here looking
really
like
fantastic.
you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' escort. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah, dragon,
That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk.
Ain't used to strangers here.
And I talked about
I just
to
hope
this
the
lady.
war doesn't come to Riverwood. There's enough trouble in the world without those
So
storms.
I won't do all the
Husband,
conversations
let
because,
him tell
you
his
know,
story.
but I remember,
Hoppus isn't too friendly with strangers.
and I
My
would keep
father
pressing
is
it
Alvar.
to see if there was
Someday,
different
I'm going-
stuff,
Hoppus isn't-
thinking, my
Mama
God, they
doesn't
say a
think
lot
I'm-
of different things. And then
That's
I
just
thought, oh
stupid
right, okay, I
girl
can't watch it here because,
Not for my
you know,
friend here.
can't steal anything.
I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened.
So,
I thought
you
you
know,
could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
so then I, you know,
Ain't
talked
every
to
day
our
we get
warden,
visitors
sit
in
down,
Riverwood.
and I said, do you have any
Of course.
supplies?
Take what you need.
And so I thought, all right, yeah, this ain't bad. I'll have that. I didn't need that, so I thought, well, I think I may have picked up. I think that was worth a bit for no weight, and I was thinking, yeah, that's not bad. So I was picking it up. So all this stuff I was picking up, except maybe that. But I did pick up that, and I did pick up that. So I don't think I picked up the rest. Because I was thinking, I don't want to take too much from this guy.
There's
He's
something
being
you
very
could do
kind. And I
Like
may
I
have been
said,
doing a bit of Gandalf
glad
and
to
going,
help in any
thank
way
you.
I can.
No, it's very kind of
But
you.
I need your help. We need your help.
So again, it gives me this thing, and I'm thinking, all right, okay, yeah, well, I don't need anything else.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Well, I'll do it. So, and then I went through every one of the things again. I asked them if I could use the forge.
I see no harm in it. If you have the grindstone,
So
if
I
you've
won't
got the raw
do
materials.
everything. I'll try and skip everything.
can
But I
use
asked
the
them
forge
every
to make
single
something
one
new.
of these, apart from that one, because that one was not on there. Okay, but I asked all
It's
these
from-
questions,
we didn't,
but I'll flick
but
through
then
them all.
Dragging people off. in
So
the middle of
every
the night.
time
Really
I
see
was
a dragon?
One of the
introduced to a
main
new
causes of
character,
this war,
Have
if
big
you ask
teeth?
me.
I was
Child, don't
clicking
pester your
every
cousin.
option and kept pressing it to see if they would come up with new ones.
It's nice to be back
And
in
was
a
quite
friendly
impressed
spot.
that they
huh?
did. So
Listen,
then I asked how do
Just
I get
head
to
north, you
Whiterun?
can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold, the biggest and the best of the 9
So
holds
again, I
of
went through all
Skyrim.
these.
But don't take my word for it.
You lost?
Be careful.
And
on the
I
way
do
to
believe I went
Solitude.
down here and had a
Damn
look around because I was
Stormcloaks
just seeing if
could
there's
be
any free
anywhere.
stuff. Since this guy was being so kind, I thought, you know, he might give me some free stuff. I don't think I shot at that. I practiced on that. So we came back in and then I went back out thinking, okay, I better sell me stuff. So so then I'm thinking, where's the shop? So I go over here. Now Zia is just a mod, so she wouldn't have been there. I remember going over here thinking, oh, it's getting a little bit dark. So I was looking around everywhere, see if I could find a shop. And it was like, oh, that's a trader, let's go in the shop. So I'll try and do this as fast as I can because I just want to do my thoughts. But then I come in here thinking, hello, what's going on here?
No thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh,
I was thinking, oh, what the hell's going on here?
sorry you had to hear that.
So, yeah, I think I talked to this
Maybe
lady
you could talk
first
some sense into my pig-headed brother.
and kept
You're
pressing
not
it.
from around here. That makes two of us.
And immediately I thought, when she said that, I thought, oh, well, what she's like available? Because I'd heard that it possibly, you know, you could get help from somebody. So I started talking this lady
I came
up.
here from the Imperial Province to work with my brother Lucan.
And then I kept
It
pressing
got
this,
bad back in Cyrodiil.
thinking,
The war
again,
with the
my God,
Thalmor ruined
they say a lot. So I was
came to Skyrim
spamming this
looking
button
for
constantly.
better
And when she
life.
was saying,
So
oh,
what did I
you're,
get?
you know,
Another war.
that makes two of us, thinking, hello, oh, she might be receptive to me, you know, she might, you know, maybe she's one, you know, might better marry in the game. So then I came over to this guy and said, there's something happened. So I flicked through all this,
solid,
and I said I could help you get it back.
I've got some
I
coin
think I was doing
coming
it
in from my
Gandalf
last
stall, so I
shipment.
went, oh, yes,
It's
yes,
yours if you
I'll
bring my
help you
claw
back with
back.
that, yeah. Of course I will, yes,
Those
yes.
thieves, you should head to Bleak
But I
Falls
wasn't doing
Barrow,
like Ray
northeast
Ray
of town.
versus Gandalf, I
So
was
this
just
is your plan,
doing the
Lucan?
Gandalf voice now and again.
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, by the 8, fine. But only to the edge of town.
So I do believe I followed the lady. I didn't sell my goods. I followed her thinking, oh right, she's going out the door, I better follow her. Because, you know, otherwise I might miss it. Because I'm a bit worried about which way I ought to go. So, yeah, I think it was kind of getting a
We
bit
have
dark
to go
by
through
then.
town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though.
And I do
The
believe I went
mountain
to
just
third
over the
person here.
buildings.
So I could like stand by her. Thinking, oh, was that place I saw on the way down? So then I think
Those
I better
thieves
follow
must
her.
be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with
in the
nothing
kind of
but
dark,
traps,
thinking, I
trolls,
wish I had a
and who knows
torch.
what else.
But yeah, I stayed with this lady the whole time. The beautiful way she went round that chicken. How good is the AI, eh? Thinking, my God, this game's look
I
good,
wonder why they
good
only
on a
stole
360.
Lucan's golden claw.
This is a PS5,
I mean, we have
so
plenty of things in the shop that are worth just
can't
as
quite
much coin.
get it. But the thing
Lucan
is,
found the claw about a year after he opened the store.
engrossed
He
by
never
what
quite
she was
explained where
saying
he got it. He's a tricky one.
the whole time, and you know, again,
This
I was
way.
pressing the button to try and get some conversation out of
This
her.
way.
Right, okay, but she just kept saying that. So I followed her all the way, thinking if I don't follow her, you know, I may, you know, not know where to go. Because, you know, I don't know nothing about Skyrim. So I kept on going
This
like
is the
this.
bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother.
So
He'll
I
throw
kind
a
of
fit if I
vaguely
take too
heard
long.
what she said, and
Such
didn't
a
really,
child.
it didn't really sink in that she said, "Oh, go north," and then whatever it was. That didn't sink in. And I'm waiting here, thinking, you know, is she going to take me back? So I tried making
Mara,
conversation
bless you for
with her,
agreeing to help us.
saying how much further do I have to walk?
Well, it's a winding road up the mountain just ahead. You'll know you're in the right place once you spot the old watchtower.
So I thought,
Once
okay,
you
I've got
get
to
to
look
the
out for a
tower, head
watchtower.
north.
So
Bleak Falls
then I'm
Barrow
thinking,
should be
head
just
north,
around the corner further up.
and there's a place called Bleak Falls Barrow. So I didn't actually head north. I didn't go, all right, okay, I got to head north. I was thinking, I was just, that I'd forgotten by then. So I tried
Well,
converse
once you
again,
get
but
to
again
the
she
tower,
kept saying
head
the same
north.
thing. So
Bleak
I thought,
Falls
well, it's
Barrow
dark,
should
I
be
think
just around the
I'll
corner
just
further
go
up.
in the pub. So,
Good luck. Lucan and I will be waiting.
and you know, I was thinking about walking back with her, you know, because I was quite attracted to this lady, you know, because she was kind of saying, oh, well, that's, you're new around here, that makes, you know, that makes two of us. So I was thinking, hello, already she's like, you know, a little bit, you know, fancying me a little bit, I thought. So I was thinking, oh, immediately, you know, that could be one I could think about, you know. And then obviously talking to anybody I could.
And the right ugly one at that.
So I was a little bit offended by that.
Got business here in
But
Riverwood,
as
eh?
I said, it may not have happened exactly like this. But it's the closest that I can recall. And then I remember talking to this guy.
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling him.
I thought, oh yeah, I may have talked to Faendal first because he may have been, you know, standing near that entrance bit. So you know, I just went through and conversed with him
You had best tell
all the way
Jarl
through here,
Whiterun.
blah blah blah.
He needs to know about this.
And then I pressed this
Camilla
one.
Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him
So again,
over me.
I'll flick through
I've
the stuff.
seen him
You've seen it
sneaking
all
over to the
before.
Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting
So-
his time.
So then I think I pressed this one, thinking, well, yeah, well, it never, you know, speaking like, you know, so I'm thinking
Is
like
that
Gandalf,
sarcasm?
you know.
I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar.
I thought that may have
Still,
been
you have a point.
my half of me.
Camilla letting Faendal visit
So I
her
thought,
isn't
hello.
a good thing for me.
So Faendal's
Here,
after Camilla.
Let me
What?
give you a
I'm
particularly
thinking.
venomous letter. Say it's from
I quite
Finland.
like Camilla.
That
You
should
know,
get
she's
Camilla to
already
stop
made a
inviting
kind of
the
pass
elf
at
over.
me. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, we have to do something about that. So then I did ask him all the others as well.
Until next time.
And he probably played a tune for me. And then I was talking to him. I was talking to every single person in here. But I'll spare you all that. Again, I was looking around the table, see if they were giving me anything free. I do believe I talked to this lady first and asked if there was any rumors.
Word is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's only going to get worse now.
Right, so that was it.
They say a dragon attacked Helgen. Sounds like hogwash to me.
So and I keep pressing it. So then I went over here, see what he had to sell.
We got rooms and food, drink.
And I asked him if I could use the thing.
You know how to use it, right? Mix a couple of ingredients together, see what happens. A little wheat and blisterwort makes a healing potion, if you didn't know.
So I thought, all right,
we have
wheat
plenty
and
of ingredients for sale too.
Just have to remember that. So I probably asked them all the others as well, but then I
drink for the thirsty,
went into
food
there.
For the hungry.
I was reading all these. I actually had the little manual that went with it, and I read through the entire manual to give me an idea what to do. Although I probably forgot it as soon as I played the game. And so I'm going through thinking, oh, I wonder what he's got, and he didn't really have a lot. So I thought, well, that's worth 10 points. I think I'll have an apple pie, and there weren't really much else. So I thought, oh, it's not a lot of good. But he did say blisterwort, so I thought, right, okay, I'll pick a bit of blisterwort. And then realised I didn't have enough gold. So I thought, oh, okay. But no point in doing that then. So I thought, right, I better sell the stuff. So I do believe I went to sell the stuff. Now, if it was shut, I know then that I just went into the pub and said, I want a kip. And but right, he is open. But I don't know if he was open at the time. So I went in and
show those thieves not to steal from Luke and Valerius.
Okay, so what have you got
Trinkets,
to sell then?
Odds and ends, that sort of thing.
So then we start clearing out all our stuff. I did not, accidentally buy things. I wasn't that dumb then. I mean, I'm dumb, but not that dumb. So then I thought, well, I don't want to use this. So I started throwing these away. I'm thinking to myself, that might come in handy, one of those. And I'm thinking, I don't really want to do with a mace. But I did notice it was a bit better than a sword. But I kind of liked the sword, so I started selling this. So I sold anything but the sword. I think I also sold that. I think I was always checking which was best. But I generally fancied the sword. So I think I got rid of that. Now, I get rid of the bow, but then I regretted it after because I didn't know if a follower might have one. And then I sold this and that. The gloves, let's see. Gloves, I don't think I'd actually put gloves on by then, so I think I actually kept the gloves and wore them. And then I found out that you can't equip while you're in selling mode. So I think I kept those, and then kept that, obviously. That I kept along with that. I do believe I kept that because I thought, I heard, that I could deconstruct stuff, and I did it in Oblivion, so I think I did anyway. So I sold that, and I sold these, kept all of these, obviously, and then sold all the wine, because I thought, well, and then I realised, God, there's only 2. It was like 15, wasn't it, and 10 or something. So I thought, yeah, okay, it's not giving us a lot then. So I think I sold some of this stuff, like potatoes, but generally I thought I'd keep a few things. I didn't sell any of that, and I didn't sell books, but and all of that. But I did sell that. Now, then I went up here and looked through here, but I thought, well, none of this I can afford, so I didn't bother with it. Same with all this. It didn't have the backpacks then either. I couldn't buy any potions. I didn't bother to buy any food. But I went through here and thought, clairvoyance shows the path to our current thing. I would like that, so I bought this. Okay, but I couldn't really afford anything else, so I didn't get anything else, and I didn't bother to buy anything else. Okay, so that's what I did on that,
right.
and then I asked,
The sooner-
I asked about
I
spells,
think I
and
have a
we looked
few
at the
old
spells.
spell books laying about.
So I had a look around, obviously,
more,
see if
you'll
there
have
was
to go to
anything
the
for
College of
free,
Winter.
and there wasn't. And then he says things like, you know, so I was looking around all the time, seeing if I got, you know, something he might give away because I'm going to help him, but he didn't. So then I thought, I wonder if I can cook. So I had a look, and it said, you know, you can cook food that restores health, blah blah blah. So I went into this and thought, yeah, I'll have some cabbage soup. So I started getting some cabbage soup, but then I looked up to see if there's any others, and like the meat. So I'm thinking 10 points. That's good. That was only 5. I was pretty thinking, yeah, you know, that's 10 of each. So I had that. I may not have had potatoes actually. I may not have done that because I don't think I picked up potatoes. So it was generally just do that until I had nothing left, and that I couldn't do anything. Alright, I'll try and end as soon as possible. I'm a little bit late for my tea, but I'm not too hungry anyway, so I'm going to leave a little bit longer. But I won't go all through the Bleak Falls Barrow and all that kind of stuff. But generally, when I went through Bleak Falls Barrow, I noticed that... oh yeah, and then I went in the pub and we went to sleep.
Welcome. Let me know if
got
you
the
want
room
anything.
for the night. So
I think I got
when
a clean
I
mug around
tried to
here
ask
somewhere.
this guy, but it wouldn't hit him. So I had to ask
I'm
this.
the innkeeper.
I think I
It's my
did go in
business to keep
here
track of
and try and do a few spells. So it said, you know, create by combining 2 or more ingredients. So my first thing, I didn't know about eating them. So all I was doing was like picking 3 like that, and then trying to do that, and it failed. So I go, all right, okay, I'll try that and that and that. So and then I was unlocking stuff. So it said 2 or more. So I was always doing 2 or more. You know, couldn't do any more than 3. So I was doing it, and generally just trying a few things like that, and things started unlocking like this. So I just picking any 3 really. So it's probably not the exact 3. Really kept doing it as long as it was unlocking stuff. If it didn't unlock something, then I would try a different combination until we had some stuff. All right, but then I thought, you know, I was trying to get some health ones. So you know, nothing was really coming up telling me it was health. So I thought I'll keep going on this. And I noticed some of these started to have some things unlocked. Now it's unlocking more here because you know, because of the mods I've got. So it would only have done 1, so I would have only known about damage stamina. So I was thinking, oh, there's nothing really I can do. So I thought I'll do resist frost, because that might come in handy. But literally I couldn't do anything else. But I thought magic, you know, we're going to do it, you know, put half mage, and then I just tried the last few of these to see if anything would come up, and then that was it. So I pushed up my alchemy fairly quickly already, and then I would go in here, you know, look all around it. So I was doing this on every location I had, just looking around, and then I noticed she follows you in. So I thought, oh, it's doing a bit like in Oblivion, where if you go anywhere in their house, they actually follow you because they're a little bit suspicious. Because that's what they do. Sorry, I went back out then. Stupid me.
Let me know if you want anything.
Alright, so then I asked this lady, which I think she's in here. So I'm going a bit quick.
You're that visitor.
So then I said, can I rent it for the night? And luckily it's just had enough. So I thought, okay, right, where have I got to go? Thinking, you know, maybe I've got to go there. So I didn't really know where I had to go. So I thought, well, that's owned. So then I thought, well, I'll try here. And that was owned. Again, I'm looking everywhere to see if I can pick anything up. I didn't think about stealing at the time. So I opened this door, went in here, and this one said I could sleep on it. So again, looked around, see if I could get all that. And then I don't think I tried to steal anything. And then I thought, right, okay, we'll go to bed. And sorry, we'll go to bed, and then we'll do like a nice time in the morning. I don't know, say 8 o'clock. Alright, and then I'll finish in a moment. So these are the kind of things that are going through my head as best that I can remember, because it was a very momentous occasion when I started this game. I saw and listened to every interview that Todd Howard did, and in work there would be an interview on, and I would listen to that interview. If anything like mushrooms I was picking up. So I was exploring this whole area, you know, every nook and cranny I was looking at. I came round the back of here, I talked to Faendale, and then I thought, well, I think I'd rather have an elf than that guy, because I was a bit of a Lord of the Rings fan. So I talked to this guy, you know, talking to him, and then he said,
bring me all the wood you can
so
chop.
I do believe I went and chopped some wood and brought it back to him and sold it. And then I came over here, and then this came up, and I thought, hello, what's this? So I pressed it, and nothing happened, because it's already been chopped. But I do believe I waited to see what would happen here, and I thought, God, blade's actually moving up and down, the wood's being chopped, and it looks like it has a line on it, as though it's actually been chopped through, and then it splits open. I'm thinking, my God, this is there's a lot of detail here. And then it goes off and it drops on there, and it actually stays there, and I thought, wow, it actually does all that. And then this thing came back, so I thought, I wonder if I can do this. And then I think I tried it again. Can I not do it at the moment? And then found out I could do this. And I was astounded that I could do this. I thought, my God, it's a cube block. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I thought, how am I going to get over there? And it did it. The thing rolled down. I thought, this is amazing. How much interactivity there was. Because, you know, I knew from Oblivion that there was a lot of interactivity, but this was like beyond what I had expected. And I was amazed at this stuff. That this gets cut in half, falls on the thing, and stays there. It didn't like just disappear. So again, I'll be looking all around here, and then I did the whole Faendale and whatever, and I picked Faendale because, as I said, I liked elves. So I did all that. So I'll spare you all that. I may have picked a couple of these now because you know, Zia wasn't there. I may have picked up some cabbage after, and I may have tried throwing it, but then realised I couldn't throw it. And then I made my way here. So so I think we'll kind of stop there. Don't know how much. I mean, I hope I'm recording it. Right, 1 hour 12 minutes. Okay, a little bit late for me tea, but it don't really matter. So then we started walking along here, and I was generally following that arrow. Okay, so my immediate, you know, thing is to go for this claw, because that's what Todd did. He went to Bleak Falls Barrow in his demo, and I'm following Todd exactly, well, almost exactly. So I'm thinking, you know, is it that way or is it that way? And I thought, well, it looks like it's more that way. So I think I went this way a little bit, you know, like that, and then thought, oh, there's something there to pick up. So I went over here a little bit, and then I thought, well, no, the arrow's over there, so I better go over here. So I'd forgotten that she said about head north, so and I wasn't running. I may have gone in third person a couple of times, and then wandered up here, thinking I hope this leads to it, because I wasn't quite sure, you know. But it said it'd be kind of going round, so I thought, you know, it looked good. And then this, you know, obviously this came up, so I tried out the old flames, and I thought wolf, you know, fur, be a good option. So I thought, right, okay, wolves be a good option to do that. And now, if I do this, yeah, as I say, I did not know about this shortcut thing where you could set 2 things to be your favourite. So I do believe I thought, well, just in case there's another fox, sorry, wolf, I'll have 2 lots of flames, because then I might kill them quicker. Now, it's the best of my memory that I can think of at the time. I do remember coming in here and stopping, because Todd Howard came up here on a horse, and he came up to this precise point, and these are like little markers. on the way to certain locations. There's these kind of stones. They're kind of like cairn things, and I don't know if that's meant to be pointing in that direction, but no, I didn't notice that. And I came up here and saw this wonderful view of Riverwood, and I thought, my God, yeah, by the way, the arch wasn't there, and I thought, my God, what a lovely view. And I don't think we could take pictures then, but I thought, man, this is a fantastic view. Because he came up here on a horse, and then he kind of did press the Y button so the horse rears up. So if I'd have had a horse, I would have done exactly the same, because, you know, it's Todd, isn't it? It's Todd, it's got to be Todd, you know. Todd, whatever, you know, Todd's God. So, yeah, so I started coming up here, and then I'm thinking, well, this might be bandits. So I start sneaking now. Alright, again, I'm doing it in first person, and thinking, oh, yeah, right, okay, got to sneak up. And then I'm trying to look out so if I can see anybody. And I couldn't really see anybody. And then I thought, oh, right, okay, there's somebody's there. So I'm thinking now, might go down the bow route. So I decide to switch to the bow and get the bow out. But I do believe I thought, well, maybe they're friendly. So I think I put it away and got up thinking, well, it might not be bandits or anything. But I did notice they looked as though they were a little bit threatening. He seemed like he had his weapons out. So then I'm thinking, oh, okay, we better do something about it. So then I think I better shoot at him. But he comes in close, so immediately now I'm thinking, hello, right, okay, back with the sword. Sorry, not. What am I doing? I'm not the sword. And then I'm thinking flames again, because it seemed to be quite effective. So then I'm thinking, yeah, try that. And I thought, oh, wow, they die quickly with the flames. So then I'm thinking, right, anything that's worth any kind of value, I'm having. So I'm thinking, right, okay, that. Anything around about the 50 mark, I'm picking up. And then this lady here is firing at me. Well, it could be a blow. And then this guy comes in, this huge guy. And yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this guy, so I'll just keep doing this, because we're kind of half Gandalf, until we run out of that, and then we go in there, and then I didn't slice the bloke's head off, because that was a perk we could get later, but because I've got a mod that does that, and then again I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm taking anything that might be of use, which is over around about that 50 mark. I'm definitely picking up that. Or anything that's better than what I have. So I'm generally doing that the whole time. I don't think I was picking up axes by then, because it weren't really worth a lot when I went in the shop, but I wore this immediately. And although there's an iron helmet that's slightly different, you know, it would have been the standard one. This has been switched to Creation Club. I put this on as well, and this became a favourite as well. And I do believe I picked it up because it was over 50. Okay, the iron boots I also wore, and I also wore that. So I didn't have the intention of, I'm going to go down the light armor route. I just picked the strongest thing that I had and picked it up. And then of course we had a good look around here, looking in every little corner. I wasn't really going up sneaking, because I thought that was all there was. Went around here, and I would look in every one of these, and if I thought there was anything useful in there, I would pick it up. As soon as that was something I didn't have, I would pick it up. As I say, I've got a mod which you know, gives you more ingredients when you start. And then I can't going up here. Now I can't remember, because sometimes as you come into this place, there's only one person shooting, and then the person that's leaning on the tree. So some of the time the guy will be up here, or a woman. So as you come up here, they will attack. So I think they did attack. And then I took all this stuff out, and I'm thinking, hello, this has got a nice bit of damage. I'll take that. So again, I'm taking all this stuff because it's all worth a lot of money. And I consistently do that until I get heavy. And then as soon as I'm heavy, I just drop the you know, the things that are not, you know, that are worth the lowest value, and then we're carrying on. Now I won't go through Bleak Falls Barrow, but I'll reproduce what I did in there. So I'll maybe do a second one of these, but that will probably be it. And then I was coming along here thinking I might actually do the sneak option. So we just do this bit up to Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm not worried about my tea being late or my late being tea. So I'm coming up here, having a little look at all this, and obviously the snow wasn't as good as this then because this is the special edition. Bleak Falls Barrow comes up, so I know I'm at the right place. And I don't think I got myself ready, but I sort of came up here cautiously, wondering what was going to happen, and then I see a red dot. Something, hello, there's an enemy, there's another enemy. Right, okay, I better get ready now. So I wasn't thinking bow or anything like that. I probably did get a sneak, so then I go up. Now, the first thing I would have done would have been health. Okay, and I am thinking I've only got one per point. I've either got to do magic or I've got to do sword. So I'm thinking, I do believe I was thinking this. I think. So it was either that or it was a sword. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I don't think it was two-handed. I got a feeling it was sword. So I think I did pick sword. So just thought I did more damage. Okay, so that would have been the first option. And then obviously we come out of sneak mode and then we're doing this. Thinking that's pretty effective. I'll go with that. So we're doing the old Gandalf side. Again, I'm picking this up. Everything's around the 50 mark. We're picking up. And then we're trying to stay alive as long as we can. Obviously keep burning this guy and hope he dies. But if he comes close, yeah, we noticed this. We're always comparing. I'm always comparing the whole time. So as I go through a game, I'm comparing the whole time. I don't think I had a follower with me at the time, but I did drop one of these, and I thought, right, this bow is slightly better, so I wore that. I took the gold and the lockpick and my armor, and I was not taking these by then. I was just taking that, but I took the bow because I thought, well, 30, that's not bad. So I took that. Then I noticed there's somebody else doing it, so I'm going back to my... Hang on. I don't think I tried the shield straight away, so I went back to the default option, which was this one, because I wanted to be a spell sword, because I played a spell sword and I was an Imperial in Oblivion, so I thought that'd be a good place to start. So I was kind of thinking along those lines, picking up this stuff. 75 was even better, so I picked that up, and obviously picking up all the arrows. And then I just looked around the whole area, which meant I went over every one of these, every one of those, every single area of this, so that I made sure I even went down there and looked around the edge, and I even went over here and looked over there. So I looked at every single area when I got to it, and then I came back to Bleak Falls Barrow, and I think we'll stop there, and then we'll go through what I was thinking the next time, and then that'll probably be the last of this kind of my thinking towards my start. Now I don't know if this will be interesting. It probably isn't interesting. So I've done it on public and not live because I wanted to do all my thoughts, and I didn't want anything to put me off of that. Because people coming in talking, I'd have to say hello, and that would have slowed it all down. So I'm trying to keep this trim as possible. And then my next thought is, we're going to go in there. So now, obviously, I would have played this probably the whole day, and well into the night as well. Not like past my bedtime, but I would have played this for hours. Okay, and now and again doing a save, because sometimes I would forget this. It didn't have a quick save, so all we had then was you pressed it. It's slightly different on PlayStation because it does that. Wait, so you have to pick something. So I just do like save them one. But I do believe I did a new save because I always like more than one save just in case I can go back. So I would have done, but I'm not going to do that now. Okay, I'll just do a quick save. Alright, because You know, if I put too many saves in now, it will stop me from playing the whole game, because there's only so many saves you can have in this. So I'll leave it there. That was my kind of general thinking from what I can remember of how I was playing this game from the start. Again, as I said, we are an Imperial, because I played Oblivion and I was an Imperial in that, and the Imperials were the heroes. They were the good guys. They were bringing peace to Tamriel. They brought peace to Tamriel. So my thinking as I go into this was, you know, they're the good guys. So I come in, you know, the guys seemed like a criminal, as they said. So I believed every word they said. So I'm thinking, I want to join the Imperials, and that were my thoughts. Later on, I realised that, you know, they worshipped Talos, and Talos was going to be banned and all that. So then I changed to the Stormcloaks, and I don't think I ever went back to deciding to be an Imperial, you know, and go for the Civil War Imperial route, because that seemed like the logical thing to do. To Skyrim wanted to, you know, Talos worship and all this kind of stuff. But my thoughts for, you know, so many hours in the game was to join these Imperials. Okay, so that's what it was. We were called Graydalf the Grey, so the Ray in between there was Ray, my name, and you know, so it was close to Gandalf but half me. So that was my thinking toward it. Sword for when we're up close, sometimes the shield as well, because I wanted to, you know, get the blocking up, and sometimes we go full mage and go two-handed with the flames. And sometimes we put the robes on as well, and found that very effective until we got close, and then I would switch to an armour, a higher armour that gave us protection for when I did the close-up stuff. Okay, so that was my feeling, and I was obviously going through all the UI and all that lot, and I looked at the map, you know, and I thought this, you know, at the time, I thought, my gosh, what an amazing map this is, because it's in 3D. Which you didn't really get 3D maps then. So, and it didn't look as good as this. You know, this is a lot better version. I've got an even better version on the Xbox. It didn't have Hobbiton on it, of course. But those few areas I had, you know, were now being marked off. I noticed that there were lots of others. But to go to it, I noticed you'd have to put a marker on it. So I knew, okay, we got to walk to every place we go. But we should be able to fast travel back. So I kind of worked out, you know, knew that straight away from Oblivion. So that was my thought. So I was thinking, I love this map. I'll follow the Todd Howard demos exactly. And those are my thoughts. So I'll do a second one, just doing Bleak Falls Barrow. Try to do my thoughts on that, what I picked up. You know, whether I died or not, I'm pretty sure I did die, which I think I know when, so I'll tell you about that one. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. I didn't do the Howdy Partners because it's kind of slightly different, and I'm not going to do I'll see you later either. So those are my initial impressions of this game, and I played that right up until I went to bed, and I may have gone to bed late because of that, because obviously I'm working. I didn't want to go too late, but I will play this from the time it came out, waiting for it to download and play it, and I wouldn't stop. And this was every single day, every moment of my life was spent playing Skyrim. You know, come home, put my tea on, play Skyrim. When my tea was finished, I'd eat my tea and I'd play Skyrim, and it was that continuously for months and months on end. All my spare time went on this. Okay, I didn't have, you know, I don't think I had a girlfriend at that time, so I could put all my time on it. Okay, I was on a console, Xbox 360. So those are my thoughts. You know, this would have been what I looked like at this precise moment in time. I put on the best armor there was at the time, although this helmet obviously is slightly different because it's the Creation Club one, because it's been swapped. So this is what I would have been wearing as I go into there with iron arrows. If I saw an arrow which was better, then I was switching to the steel ones. but they hadn't arrived yet. So this was my character. This is what I look like. We were Gandalf, or Graydalf the Grey, half Gandalf, half me. And we would go in here, and half of this was done as Gandalf, the other half was done as me with the close-up contact. So as soon as it got to close contact, I was using the sword and shield. I do believe I may have used the flames on the petrol, but I didn't like fire an arrow at it or anything like that. I do believe I did the flames and it all caught fire, and I actually got caught in the fire as well, and I may well have died. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll see part 2, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody, and I'll see you later. Oh no, you said it. Right, bye everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Those are my impressions after my first play from what I can remember. Okay, thank you all very much indeed for watching. Obviously I wouldn't have skipped any of those conversations. I would ask every single option on every single person going, and I did the whole Feyendale and whatever thing as well. Didn't realise he'd be a follower until I saw the follower bit, so he may have come with me, I can't remember now, but I don't think I did. I think I completely didn't bother about a follower, and then when I got back I realised the guy, it said I could follow him, so then I realised. So I did it all first of all on my own. So bye everybody, I'll see you next time. Bye. Do a quick save and we'll quit. Bye everybody, I'll see you next time.